Florida, the Sunshine State. For decades, it's been the crown jewel of American tourism: warm beaches, family vacations, and snowbirds escaping winter's bite. But behind the palm trees and pastel skylines, a storm is brewing. One that threatens to unravel the very foundation of Florida's economy. More than 35,000 jobs have vanished, billions in revenue evaporated, and thousands of business owners are walking away from their dreams. Yet, officials still boast about record tourism numbers. So, what's the truth? Tonight, we uncover how Florida's paradise became America's biggest economic mirage, and why the world may be turning its back on U.S. tourism altogether. This is Florida's collapse, the crisis nobody wants to admit. On paper, Florida looks unstoppable. State officials tout figures showing millions of new visitors, even claiming 3.3 million Canadians came in 2025 alone. But on the ground? A different reality. In Fort Lauderdale, business owners say it's the slowest year since 2020. Hotels are half empty. Souvenir shops overflow with unsold stock. Uber drivers report fewer rides, fewer tips, and an eerie silence where laughter once filled the streets. The data tells a chilling truth. Canadian road trips to the U.S. dropped 35%, and air travel plunged 20% year over year. How can a record-breaking industry feel this empty? The answer lies not in numbers, but in politics. Florida's crisis didn't begin with hurricanes or inflation. It began with words. Confrontational federal policies, trade wars, tariffs on allies like Canada, and harsh immigration rules set the stage. But it was Florida's own rhetoric that lit the match. State officials publicly described foreign tourists as financial tools. One even suggested Canadians should help pay for Floridians' tax cuts. That moment changed everything. Once loyal Canadian visitors, known affectionately as snowbirds, suddenly felt unwelcome. They weren't guests anymore. They were wallets. "I just don't want to support them right now," one tourist, Kelly Berquist, told CBC. "If they're going to treat us like that, I'm not giving them my money." The fallout was immediate. Flights cancelled. Hotels emptied. Beaches deserted. Narrator. The Sunshine State had turned its warmth into arrogance, and the world noticed. For decades, Canadians have been the backbone of Florida's tourism economy. Nearly 1 in 5 visitors came from Canada. But in 2025, something unprecedented happened. They stopped coming. In the greater Fort Lauderdale area, Canadian arrivals dropped up to 16%. Airlines like Air Transat and WestJet canceled entire routes to Orlando and Tampa, citing soft demand. Hotels began sending staff to Brazil and Europe to find new tourists, a desperate move that barely moved the needle. One hotel spokesperson admitted, "We're seeing a major decline in the Canadian traveler. We're trying everything to bring people back." But many Canadians say it's not about money. It's about principle. The Palm Beach Post shared one story. A couple, prepaid for months of Florida sunshine, packed up and left early. They said they could no longer stay in a country whose government says Canada should no longer exist. Narrator somber. This wasn't just an economic collapse. It was a moral one. It's not just Florida. Around the world, American travelers are discovering that the blue passport doesn't open doors the way it used to. Over 70% of Americans now say they feel treated differently abroad, sometimes with open hostility. The ugly American stereotype has returned. Loud. Entitled. Oblivious. Social media has made it a global spectacle. From Reddit threads to viral TikToks, clips of Americans disrespecting local cultures spread like wildfire, fueling resentment. Examples appear on screen. A parent urging their child to climb Stonehenge. A tourist in France mistaking reenactors for refugees. Someone in England asking, "Where's the goddamn castle?" at a historical site. Each moment may seem small, but together they've reshaped how the world views U.S. visitors. Narrator. And it's not just about manners. Protests are erupting across global tourist hubs: Lisbon, Tulum, Barcelona, all demanding an end to American over-tourism. The message? Respect our homes or stop coming. Even for those who still visit, the American dream is becoming too expensive. A burger combo costs nearly $20 in New York. Mid-range hotel rooms in Los Angeles hit $300 a night. And the U.S. government quietly raised the ESTA fee from $21 to $40, just to fund border security. Tourists see the pattern. America is walling itself off, even from its guests. Narrator. Travel chaos only made things worse. During the government shutdown, unpaid TSA staff staged mass sick-outs. Security lines stretched for hours. 2 planes even collided at LaGuardia amid the confusion. Union leaders warned. I wouldn't want to fly in a country where the people keeping me safe aren't getting paid. Trust, once America's greatest soft power, has crumbled. Along Florida's iconic Johns Pass boardwalk, locals say it's never been this empty. No summer rush. No spring break boom. Just silence. Business owners blame more than storms or inflation, they blame politics. A lot of them won't come because of Trump and what happened with Canada, said one restaurant owner in Dania Beach. Even Florida's own tourism councils admit. European arrivals are also down 40%. And yet, officials respond by spending $80 million on glossy ad campaigns, pretending everything is fine. Narrator, tone drops to whisper. But no marketing budget can mask the truth. The soul of Florida's hospitality, warmth, kindness, welcome, has been replaced by cold economics and political pride. Florida's collapse is more than an economic story. It's a mirror, reflecting a nation that's forgotten the value of welcome. Empty beaches and shuttered hotels are not just symptoms of bad policy. They are signs of a deeper wound, the loss of trust. From Canada to Europe, from Mexico to Asia, travelers no longer see America as the land of dreams. They see rising costs, hostility, and hypocrisy. Narrator. The U.S. is projected to lose $12.5 billion in international tourism revenue in 2025 alone. The recovery once expected by 2026 has now been pushed back to 2029. The world still loves America, but it no longer trusts it. And that trust, once lost, is almost impossible to win back. Oh, you can rebuild roads after a hurricane. You can rebuild hotels after a storm. But rebuilding trust, that takes generations. Florida's fall isn't just about lost tourists. It's about lost humility, lost respect, and lost connection. And if America doesn't change course soon, the Sunshine State may just be the first to go dark. The collapse has already begun.